Hello everyone, Agent Gold here, and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae, Risky's Revenge. If you didn't see the secret video, what we got last time was a bunch of money, a bunch of magic jams, and an extra heart on the life bar. The only important thing you missed was that I used the elephant to smash a rock monster who was blocking away, and we'll be going the way that he was blocking in this episode. So, last time we met with Roddy Top's brothers, and they told us that we have to go and brew coffee for them. So let's see what Roddy has to say. Even Shantae knows that Roddy Tops is a shaky person, and she still wants to try to be friends with her. I'm still confused. You know, if coffee is such an important thing to them, you would think that they wouldn't be losing a coffee machine. I would think that would be kind of important. But, that gives us our clue that what we're looking for is in this forest somewhere. And I actually, the first time I played through, I missed that conversation with Roddy Tops that tells you where the things are, because I was pretty excited to explore with the new power-ups that I had and everything, and I managed to find the coffee machine and the coffee beans on my own. It was actually just in a very recent playthrough that I even thought to go talk to her, so this is where the rock monster was blocking the way before, but we've smashed that, and now we can make way for these smoke-breathing scarecrows. And when I stepped in here for just a minute last time, I noticed there are a lot of scarecrows around here, and that still seems to be the case, so we'll try to make our way through here while fighting as few of them as we can. That was terrible of me. That's exactly the kind of thing we want to not happen, so let's see if we can make it through here. This is probably one of my least favorite areas of the game, just because there's so much stuff going on here, so many projectiles that are trying to kill you. These scarecrows are not very strong enemies. Oh boy. Okay, here's the coffee machine. Yeah, Shantae has a slightly different animation when she's this injured, so let's see if we can maybe get one of them to drop a heart or just get out of here alive. I'm a little worried about this part. Okay, good. I feel much happier now. Alright, so for the coffee beans, Roddy said to go talk to the chef, but you actually get to the obstacle that is blocking the way to the coffee beans before you get to the chef, so there's not much point in going to talk to her, and she just tells you to look out this way. I nearly got myself killed trying to find a machine that was already broken when I got there. What's the matter with me? So it's just past the Squid Baron's fortress. Yeah, you kind of can't miss this giant purple rock that's right here, so... Poe said that he likes a bit of rotten egg in his coffee, but nobody actually says that we have to go and find a rotten egg, because that's going to take care of itself. Bonus points to anyone who figures out between now and then how that's going to work. Okay, now normally I would just drop down into the bottomless pit to save a little time getting out, but since I'm low on life, let's play this safe. This game actually clues you in on which pits are bottomless and which ones aren't by those skulls and crossbones that are floating up like that. And I think that the official instructions call that pit poison, but you know, it's a good enough visual clue. They don't even need to name it. Just as if you fall down here, it's not going to be good. which is good, because in the first game there were some places that you're supposed to fall down and some that you're not, and there wasn't a very clear distinction about which is which. So just having that visual clue about which pits are bottomless and which ones aren't, that's a nice thing to have. Flailing for buttons. So, now that we've got these, the coffee machine is broken, so we need some way to fix it up. Which, again, you would think something as important as this, they wouldn't let it get lost or let it get broken, but whatever the case, we have it now. Oh, jeez. This area is usually easy enough that I can just run through and jump over things, but when scarecrows are walking the same way as you, they're a little hard to jump over. But this is fine, it'll give me a chance to demonstrate a potion in just a second. Yeah, before we continue on, let's go to the shop, because we've got a bunch of magic gems, so we can buy probably some pretty nice stuff right now. How many do we have? We have 7. And 500 gems. It's not enough to buy the shop out or anything, but we should be able to get whatever we like right now. Super Silky Cream increases the hair whipping speed even more. Flamethrower. It's not the most useful weapon out there, but it does have a particular use in the dungeon that's coming up, so I might want to get that. The Super Pike Ball is just 2 balls instead of 1, so it's a little more effective. The Crush Puff is like a bomb, but unfortunately I don't find that much use for that thing, so I might save that for later, just as one of the last things when I'm tying up loose ends. So if I could, I would want to get the Super Silky Cream and the Flamethrower, but I don't have enough gems for both, so let's get the... Yeah, we'll get the Flamethrower for now, because that's more fun to look at. And I'm considering getting the Super Pike Ball. I might as well, because I do sometimes find uses for that. And let's get a few potions. They're cheaper if you buy 3 at once, so we'll get 3 of each, and yeah, let's get another 3 health potions, because I think health potions are more useful than magic potions. Now, health potions are red and magic potions are green. And if that's not enough to tell you that there's a reference going on here, take a look at Shantae's potion drinking animation. Looks just like the one from Ocarina of Time, and I happen to love that they do a reference like that. So I can show you the Super Pike Ball. Other than a visual difference in the fact that there's 2 of them, it's not that different. It also drains magic a little faster, of course. And the Flamethrower is kind of fun, but it drains your magic very quickly. If you use it in the air, you hang in the air while you're using it, so that can be kind of useful depending on what you're trying to do with it. But if you're going to be using the Flamethrower a lot, you probably want to stock up on magic potions just so you don't have to worry about running out of magic so quickly. So let's see what tips everybody has for this point right now. I think some of it we've already done, but he's half wren and half finch. That's a pretty clever way to explain why he's named Wrench, but there's more to it, as we'll see in just a second. Yeah, that's just a clue about the elephant form being able to smash anything that's made of rock. So now if we go and see Sky with her handy bird wrench... Yeah, we'll have her help out with this. As you may have guessed, wrench can be used as a wrench. Oh dear. Yep, the egg that Shantae was supposed to take care of at the beginning is our rotten egg that we use in the coffee. Now, if I could give you just one tip in this game out of everything that I've learned in my many playthroughs of it, always, always, always remember to have Sky make the coffee. You don't know how many times I've run off and found Poe and Abner with a broken coffee machine and coffee beans. And here's the tip that I was talking about before. She wants you to find those special relics. But I have actually tried to do speed runs and lost a bunch of progress because I forgot to actually have the coffee get made. So always remember to do that. Here's this rock monster who's blocking the way we need to go. We can just smash him like he's no problem. So now we're in Mermaid Cliffs, and there are mermaids living here. They look sort of like swamp creatures more than they look like human creatures, so maybe that's just a way to keep them from looking too indecent. Now they have two things that they can do when they pop up. One of them is to fire these bubbles at you, which will hurt if you touch them. The other one is to blow a kiss, and it looks like they don't do anything and like it won't hurt you when they blow a kiss, and like that's just your chance to pass by them. Really, when they blow a kiss, they make these little hearts that float up into the air. They're kind of tricky to see. And if you jump and you touch those hearts, the hearts will hurt you. So it's sort of deceptive. It looks like a chance to jump over them, but jumping over them will hurt you. And it took me a long time to figure that out, so it's something that's nice to know in advance. So this is the Hypno Baron's fortress that we're going to be going to, but we don't have a way to get in there just yet. Mermaids are kind of annoying and they take a lot of hits to bring down, so I usually just try to skip past them, but if you do beat them, they always drop 5 gems. And here's a spot where we need to use the monkey bullets. So it's it looks a little bit convoluted to me, but it's there's actually a purpose for throwing something like that in, and I'll touch on that later. It's just something kind of subtle about their approach that I like. This is also one of the more frustrating areas to navigate in the game, but we only have to come here a few times, and it's one of the later areas in the game. I mentioned that this game is kind of short, and we're probably like a little over halfway through it. I hate these purple things. That's another reason that I like to use the pike ball, is because I found out that it's kind of effective protecting you from those things, which is the one time in this game the pike ball really can be defensive. And in the previous game, Shantae had a lot of items and upgrades that don't make a return in this game. The fireball, the pike ball, and the storm puff all were in the last game, but I'm not going to use this warp just now, but I'll wake him up. There were some items like even some defensive items in the last game that don't make a return here, and I guess they were streamlining Shantae's inventory a bit since this is a shorter game. And I've been doing pretty terrible at showing you the map, haven't I? We're over on this corner of things right now, so the desert down over to the left, it looks pretty confusing, and it is pretty confusing because if you check the map when you're in any of the caves, it doesn't show you which cave you're in, so the map isn't all that helpful there, unfortunately. But here's the boathouse we're looking for. Here's Poe and Abner in here. I actually get a little bit nervous when I get here because I wonder, did I make the coffee? If Poe sounds anything like I thought he sounds, I can see why he would want him to be shutting up. This is another conversation that I really like and I always am a little entertained by. Shantae has no idea what they just handed her. Doesn't it seem a little bit frightening that these two know how to work with plastic explosives? I mean, these aren't the kind of people who you want to talk to most of the time, I wouldn't think. So what are they doing with plastic explosives? Getting more coffee for themselves? Breaking into the nearest Starbucks and raiding the place? I don't know. I don't know if you saw the hearts there from that, but if I'd tried to jump over her, that would have been painful. It always disappoints me when I get them one hit away from defeat and then get a chance to skip them, because I don't want to slow down and fight them if I don't have to, but there's just something satisfying about getting in that last hit and actually defeating them. Although sometimes you have to take a hit to do that, but yeah, these mermaids are a little annoying. They have the trident pitchfork things, too, that they shoot their bubbles with. Why do sea creatures always have those kind of tridents? I don't know where that came from, but I've heard lots of jokes made before, like, if you find anything that's not a sea creature that uses a trident, I will buy pizza for a month, and different things like that, so it just seems weird that it's so typical of that. Alright, so here at the entrance, if I put the plastic explosive here, I need an electric spark to make it work, and I happen to have an item that will do that. So this is also a necessary item in the game. The explosion doesn't hurt you if you stand near it, but I like to back away just out of habit and just because that's kind of the logical thing to do. Now, is there a save guy right over here? Yes, there is. Okay, this next dungeon is a bit of a doozy, so this is a very good place for me to stop this video, and next time we'll go into the Hypno Baron's fortress and see what he's got in there. See you then.